Okay, so for the first recipe, I, Past the Elephant, will be showing you how to make your own homemade granola, which is actually what I have every single day for breakfast. So you'll be needing 250 grams of porridge oats, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 4 tablespoons of honey, and 6 tablespoons of sunflower oil. So I started off with the porridge oats, and I'll now be adding in the cinnamon, which is 2 teaspoons. I actually couldn't find a teaspoon measurement, so I had to use 4 half teaspoons, but it will work exactly the same, which is why the spoon is quite small and therefore not 2. Okay, so the next ingredient is 4 tablespoons, I forgot I did it in that order, 6 tablespoons of sunflower oil. Now I actually do this in this order because if you have oil left on the tablespoon, it gets off any honey, which is really handy. And with honey, you don't have to use honey. Like if you can use like golden syrup, maple syrup, basically any sort of sweetener, I guess. But yeah, so now that I've added in all of the ingredients for the main base, I'm gonna mix it up in a minute once I found a spoon. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, what? I'm adding more honey. Did I not? Oh wait, maybe I haven't added the honey yet. I don't know. Okay, so now I'm gonna mix it all up, and yeah, just gonna keep on mixing, and it looks really good. It should turn like this lovely golden colour. Trying to sound all fancy. So yeah, now I'm going to get 2 baking trays that are all greased, and we have this like silicone tray thingy. I don't even know what it's called, but yeah, it makes you not. It's much easier. So basically, I like to split the mixture roughly even, and then you like push it down and spread it out. Now this bit can take a little while actually. But it's totally worth it because then it gets nice and evenly cooked. So yeah, just gonna, oh yeah, that tablespoon, like that little bit that I took away was going in my mouth because yeah, I always have to taste it. It's really yummy. Okay, so the temperature is gas 4. Oh, I skipped it. So now I'm gonna put it in for 10 minutes, and now it's out. So we will be putting it in. We swap the trays and put them in for another 5 minutes. So now I'm going to turn off the oven and leave in for 30 minutes, just so it kind of warms through. And here are the extras. So you're going to be needing 20 grams of desiccated coconut, it's just delicious and really good. So yeah, 20 grams of sesame seeds, 30 grams of mixed seeds, and 10 grams of flaked almonds. So I've added the coconut, and now for the sesame seeds. Yeah. There we go. Those are the sesame seeds. And now we'll be adding in the mixed seeds. By mixed seeds, we just buy these like mixes of seeds. This is me trying to get it in focus to show what seeds was in it, but it was just like a mix of random seeds. So yeah. And we will also be needing 10 grams of flaked almonds, just because why not? So now that's our little nutty seedy mix, and we're just gonna mix it up. Really unnecessary because you're going to mix it up in the main mix anyway, but you know, that's okay. So now that it's out of the oven, make sure that it's cool before you start doing this, and I'm just going to pour them in to the bowl. Now it's been nice and washed after when it was raw, I don't know, when it was uncooked. So yeah, just going to get that in there. And after that, you're just going to kind of mix around with it a little bit just to get out the big lumps. Now normally there aren't too many of them, but it is still best to just get in there. And now we're going to be putting in all the seeds and stuff, which is just awesome. It's quite satisfying mixing them in actually, and it makes it look much more appetizing and much better. I don't know. So now that is thoroughly mixed, you're going to put it in the jar, and I actually did check, and this is a 1 litre jar, and I don't know how much that is in grams, but yeah, that's how much. If you have a 1 litre jar, that will be how much you'll need. So now I'm going to close the lid, and voila, you have a lovely, oh yeah, me showing 1 litre, you have a lovely jar of homemade granola. "175 grams of caster sugar, 1 tablespoon of mixed spice, the zest of 1 orange and the juice of half an orange, 175 grams of butter, 2 grated and peeled carrots, and 2 eggs. I think that's everything. So you're also going to need a cupcake tin tray thing lined with 12 cupcake cases. The recipe that I kind of used as a little bit of reference, which I changed a lot actually, it said it makes 18, but I only managed to get 12 cupcakes out of this recipe. Well, I kind of followed it, kind of didn't. So yeah, I make these carrot cupcakes a lot. They are so delicious. I love them. So now I'm going to put the butter and the sugar in the bowl, and you're going to cream them together. You're just going to mix them together, try and get it all mixed in and light and fluffy. Party Elephant is laughing at me. So this takes a little bit of time. You can use an electric mixer, but I found it's better using a wooden spoon. Yeah. So now it's all light and fluffy. It looks really good. We are going to sieve in all of the self-raising flour. When I use a sieve, it always goes right to the edge of the sieve, and it's really annoying because it all gets over my hands. Anyway, so that's all sieved in. It looks amazing, the flour. And now I don't know what we're going to add. The mixed spice. And we're just going to mix it all around. It will look a little bit weird at this point. Yeah, it just always does. But now we're going to be adding the 2 eggs, the orange juice, and the orange zest. So we've got most of our ingredients in here now, apart from the carrots. So we're going to mix it all around a little bit more. It looks so good. Like, the mixed spice gives it a really nice colour. So yeah, now we're going to be adding our carrots. Delicious. This is what makes it the carrot cake. This is important. Right. It looks like I've got a bit of mixed spice and flour on the table. That is a little bit annoying. I'm just realising that now. Anyway, now the mix looks really ready. It's all mixed, and we're just going to put all of the mix into the cupcake tins. So I only had enough mix for 12 cupcakes, which is fine. And now they're going to go in the oven. Yeah, at gas mark 5 for 18 to 25 minutes. In our oven it takes a bit longer, but anyway, that's how it goes. So for the cream cheese icing, this is optional. You can use 250 grams of light cream cheese, 3 to 4 tablespoons of icing sugar depending on how sweet you want it, and 2 tablespoons of orange juice. You don't have to make the icing. The cupcakes are amazing on their own, but I just think it gives it that wow factor. So it looks a bit gross when you start mixing, but eventually it will turn into a really nice creamy icing ready to go on cupcakes. So yeah, it looks disgusting when you first mix it. It looks like eggs. Ugh, it's so disgusting. Anyway, but when it's all mixed, it should be all together, mixed together, and you're just going to leave it out until your cupcakes are finished and properly cooled. And yeah, now we're going to ice the cupcakes with this cream cheese icing. They look really good golden brown. They've risen. When you stick like a skewer or a knife or something in them, it should come out clean without any cake mix on it. That's how you know that they're done. So yeah, they're being iced, and I accidentally moved the camera so you can't properly see everything I'm doing. There we go. Right, this looks amazing. I'm so excited to eat these.
So that is my favourite carrot cake recipe, and yeah, I hope you try and make them. And yeah, these are really delicious and not too sweet, but also really, really yummy.
Okay, so now I'll be teaching you how to make a berry smoothie. So you're going to start off with 75 grams of raspberries. I have watched these, which is why they're in this drainer thing. And then I'm going to put them into the little cup that you put on a blender. So yeah, now for the next ingredient. So you'll be needing 250 millilitres of almond milk. This one's actually called an almond drink, but basically just the same thing. And yeah, this will be like the liquid for this, so that it's like blends better. And you'll also be needing 75 grams of strawberries. Be sure to cut off the tops and wash them. You'll now be needing 25 grams of blueberries, and it's out of focus. Wonderful. There we go. So now I'm going to add these to the blender. And I love blueberries, they're so good, they're just amazing. And yeah, so time for the next ingredient. So you'll be needing 1 whole banana, which is very satisfying to peel. I always cut off the ends, even though it doesn't really matter, and I kind of cut it into quarters just to make it a little bit easier to put in, so then it wouldn't just like splosh everywhere as soon as I put it in the blender. But yeah, so now I'm going to start blending. Ooh, this smells really satisfying, and the colour is always just beautiful in the end. Oh, yay! Oh, it's such a pretty colour. I always love this bit, it's so satisfying. Ooh, okay, so now that's fully blended, you are going to unscrew the cap, and wow, that looks really, really good. So now I'm going to pour it into a glass just to, I don't know, demonstrate. I don't even know, but yeah, I chose to do that. So yeah, it looks really, really delicious and really good, and I normally have this with breakfast.
We hope you've enjoyed this video. Our Instagram is at BunnyBlocks. Make sure to tag us if you try any of these recipes.
My new art channel is called Jelliphant Art, so make sure to go check it out, as I will be posting a video on there soon. Thanks for watching. Bye!